My name is Alice. I woke up slowly. My head hurt very much. Everything was white. I was in a bed. It was not my bed. I tried to sit up. A sharp pain went through my head. Easy, easy. A soft voice said. I looked to my side. A man was sitting there. He was handsome. He had kind, dark eyes and a gentle smile. He was holding my hand. His hand was warm. Who are you? I asked. My voice was weak. The man's smile became a little sad. I am Alex, he said. I am your husband. Husband? I looked at him. I did not know him. I felt scared. My heart beat fast. I don't remember you, I whispered. Tears came to his eyes. He squeezed my hand gently. It's okay, Alice, he said. The doctor said this might happen. You had an accident. An accident? I tried to think. Nothing. My mind was empty. It was like a big white wall. No pictures, no memories. I looked at my left hand. There was a gold ring on my finger. A wedding ring. It felt heavy. It felt strange. A doctor came in. He had a kind face. He told me about the accident. A car hit me when I was crossing the street. He said I had amnesia. That means I lost my memory. It might come back slowly, Alice, the doctor said. Or it might not. We don't know. I felt tears on my cheeks. Who was I? What was my life? Alex, this man who said he was my husband, stayed by my side. He was patient. He spoke softly. He told me not to worry. I will take care of you, he said. We will get through this together. I wanted to believe him. But he was a stranger. A kind stranger, but still a stranger. It's okay to feel scared when you don't know what's happening. I was very scared. After a few days, the doctor said, I could go home with Alex. I felt nervous. What would this home look like? Would I remember anything? Alex helped me get ready. He was gentle. He packed my small bag. We walked out of the hospital. The world outside felt too bright, too loud. Alex held my arm. I've got you, he said. We got into his car. It was a nice car, clean and new. He drove carefully. I looked out the window. The streets were unfamiliar. The buildings were strange. I felt like a visitor in someone else's life. After about 30 minutes, we stopped in front of a beautiful house. It had a blue door and big windows. There were flowers in the garden, red and yellow flowers. This is our home, Alice, Alex said, smiling. Our home. It was a lovely house, but it did not feel like mine. We walked inside. The house was warm and cozy. There were paintings on the wall, nice furniture, soft rugs. Everything was beautiful, but nothing felt familiar. Alex showed me around. This is our living room, he said. We watch movies here. He pointed to a big, comfortable sofa. And this is the kitchen. You love to bake cakes here. Bake cakes? I didn't remember baking. Did I like it? He led me upstairs. This is our bedroom, he said. Softly, the room was large. It had a big bed with a blue blanket. There were photos on a small table, photos of Alex and me. In the photos, I was smiling. I looked happy. I was holding his hand, kissing him. The woman in the photos looked like me, but I did not feel like her. Touched one photo. Alex stood beside me, his arm around me. "We were so happy that day," he said. "It was our first anniversary." I looked at him. His eyes were full of love and sadness. I wanted to remember. I wanted to feel that happiness, but there was nothing. That night, I slept in the big bed. Alex slept on the sofa downstairs. He said he wanted me to feel comfortable. He wanted me to have space. I was grateful for that. I was still so confused. Lying in the dark, I cried. I felt so lost, so alone. Who was Alice? What did she like? What were her dreams? And who was this kind man, Alex, my husband? The next few weeks were strange. Alex was very patient. He never got angry. He always smiled. He cooked for me. The food was delicious. "This is your favorite," he would say. "Chicken with lemon." I ate it. It was good. But I didn't remember it being my favorite. He told me stories about our life. He told me how we met at a small coffee shop. I was reading a book. He asked me about it. It sounded like a romantic story, like something from a movie, but it felt like he was talking about two other people. He showed me more photos of us on holidays, at the beach, in the mountains. In every photo, I was smiling. I looked happy, in love. "You love to travel," he said. "We went to Italy last year. You loved the pasta." Italy? I had no memory of Italy, no memory of pasta tasting special. Sometimes he would play music. "This is our song," he'd say. It was a beautiful song, but it didn't feel like our song. It's hard when your mind is blank. You want to believe, but you don't know what to believe. I tried to find clues about myself. I looked at the clothes in the closet. They were my size. Nice dresses, soft sweaters. Did I choose them? Did I like them? I found books on a shelf, novels, poetry. My name, Alice, was written inside some of them. So I liked to read. That was something. One day, Alex said, "Let's go for a walk. There's a park we used to visit." I agreed. Maybe seeing a familiar place would help. The park was beautiful. Green trees, colorful flowers, a small lake. Children were laughing and playing. Dogs were running. "We used to sit on that bench," Alex said, pointing. "We would talk for hours." We sat on the bench. The sun was warm. Alex held my hand. "Do you remember anything, Alice?" he asked, his voice full of hope. I looked around. I tried so hard. But no, nothing. Just a nice park. A nice bench. "I'm sorry, Alex," I said. "I don't remember." He squeezed my hand. "It's okay," he said. But I saw the disappointment in his eyes. It made me feel sad. I wanted to remember for him. For us. But how can you remember something that isn't there? Living with Alex was like living with a kind and handsome roommate. He was always thoughtful. He asked about my day. He listened. He never pushed me. He never made me feel bad for not remembering. Some evenings we would sit in the living room. He would read a book. I would look through photo albums. Sometimes I would watch him when he wasn't looking. He had a nice smile. His eyes were warm. I thought, if I had to be married to a stranger, I was lucky it was him. But was it real? Was this life truly mine? Sometimes a little fear would creep into my heart. What if this was all a mistake? What if he wasn't telling me the whole truth? But then he would do something kind, and the fear would go away for a while. He tried so hard to make me comfortable, to make me happy. One afternoon, I found a small, locked box in a drawer in our bedroom. My heart beat a little faster. What was inside? I asked Alex about it. "Oh, that's just some old things," he said. "Nothing important." He smiled, but his eyes looked a little nervous. Or was I imagining it? He didn't offer to open it. I didn't push, but I kept thinking about that box. What secrets did it hold? It's funny how your mind works. When you can't remember, you look for anything, any little thing. I started to feel a little stronger each day. The headaches were less. I could walk around the house, around the garden, by myself. The garden was beautiful. Alex said I loved gardening. I touched the flowers. I pulled some weeds. It felt okay. Not familiar, but okay. One day, a woman came to the door. She was older, with a kind face. "Alice, dear, it's so good to see you up and about," she said. She hugged me. I didn't know who she was. Alex came and said, "Alice, this is Mrs. Gable, our neighbor." "Oh, yes," I said, trying to smile. Mrs. Gable talked about a garden party we supposedly had last summer. She said my lemon cake was famous. Lemon cake? Alex said I loved to bake. Maybe it was true. After she left, I asked Alex, "Do I have any family? Parents? Siblings?" His face became sad. "Your parents passed away a few years ago, Alice," he said softly, "and you are an only child." So it was. Just me. And Alex. This made me feel even more dependent on him, more alone in a way. If I had no other family, then he was my only link to my past, to myself. It was a heavy feeling. Sometimes I would look at myself in the mirror. I saw a woman with my face, my hair, but her eyes looked lost. "Who are you, Alice?" I would whisper. The woman in the mirror never answered. I wanted to do something. To feel normal, I asked Alex if I could try to cook. "Of course," he said, his face lighting up. "What do you want to make?" I didn't know. "Something simple," I said. He suggested pasta. He said I made a great pasta sauce. He helped me in the kitchen. He showed me where everything was. Chopping vegetables felt a little natural. Stirring the sauce. The smell was good. We ate dinner together. The pasta was tasty. "See? You're a great cook," Alex said, smiling. I smiled back. A small, real smile. Maybe this was me. Maybe this life was mine after all. You can get used to things, even strange things. My life was very strange, but I was slowly getting used to Alex. He was kind. He was patient. He was always there. One weekend, Alex said, "I have a surprise for you." He drove us to a place by the sea. There was a small, beautiful beach. The waves were gentle. The sand was soft. "This is where I proposed to you, Alice," he said. He pointed to a spot near some rocks. We had a picnic. The sun was setting. It was perfect. He looked at me, his eyes full of hope. I looked at the beach. I listened to the waves. I tried to imagine it. Alex on one knee. A ring. Me saying yes. But it was like watching a movie. A nice movie, but not my life. "It's beautiful, Alex," I said. "But I still don't remember." His shoulders dropped a little. He tried to smile. "That's okay. It's still a beautiful place, right?" "Yes," I said. "It is." We walked along the beach. He held my hand. This time, I didn't pull away. His hand felt warm, comforting. Maybe memory wasn't everything. Maybe what we had now, in this moment, was also important. He was a good man. He was taking care of me. What if I never remembered? Could I still be happy with him? Could I learn to love this kind stranger who said he was my husband? These questions were always in my mind. It's okay to have questions. It's okay not to have all the answers. I was learning that slowly. One evening, I was looking through an old photo album. It was full of pictures of me and Alex, smiling, laughing. Then, I saw a photo that was different. It was just me. I was not smiling. I looked sad, lost. My hair was longer. I was wearing a dress I didn't recognize. Behind me was a building I didn't know. "Alex," I called. He came into the room. I showed him the photo. "Where was this taken? Why do I look so sad?" He looked at the photo for a long time. "Oh, that," he said. "That was a long time ago, Alice. Before we were happy." "Before we were happy?" I asked. "Were we not always happy?" He sat beside me. He took my hand. "Every couple has ups and downs, Alice," he said. "We had some difficult times, but we worked through them. We found our way back to each other." His answer was smooth. It made sense. But still, that photo, the sadness in my eyes, it stayed with me. What difficult times? What was I sad about? I wished I could remember. I wished I could understand my own face. The days turned into weeks, then months. I started to develop a routine. I helped Alex in the garden. I tried cooking new things. I read books. I even started to sketch a little. I found some old pencils and a pad. Drawing felt good, almost familiar. Alex encouraged me. "You always loved to draw," he said. Slowly, very slowly, I started to feel more comfortable with Alex. He was my constant companion, my protector, my friend. Was he my husband? In my heart, I still wasn't sure. But I started to care for him. Not as a memory, but as the person he was now. His kindness was real. His patience was real. One night there was a big thunderstorm. The wind howled. The rain beat against the windows. The lights flickered and went out. I gasped. I was suddenly very scared. The darkness felt heavy. Alex quickly found a flashlight. He lit some candles. "It's okay, Alice," he said. "I'm here." He sat beside me on the sofa. He put his arm around me. I leaned against him. I felt his warmth, his strength. In that moment, he didn't feel like a stranger. He felt like home. We sat there for a long time listening to the storm. I felt safe with him. Maybe, just maybe, this was my life. Maybe this was real. Maybe I didn't need all the memories to feel love. Love could grow again, couldn't it? Like a new flower in an old garden. I wanted to believe that. I really did. It takes courage to trust again, especially when you feel lost. But sometimes you have to try. I started to smile more, real smiles. I started to laugh at Alex's jokes. One day, I baked a lemon cake from a recipe I found in a cookbook. It smelled wonderful. Alex came into the kitchen. "That smells amazing, Alice," he said. He tasted it. "This is the best lemon cake ever," he declared. I felt a warmth spread through me, a feeling of accomplishment, of joy. Maybe Mrs. Gable was right. Maybe I did make a famous lemon cake. Life was becoming okay. Not perfect, still full of questions. But okay. But that locked box, it was still in the drawer. Sometimes I would look at it. I would touch it. What was inside? Why was it locked? One afternoon, Alex was out shopping. I was alone in the house. Went to the bedroom. I opened the drawer. There was the box. I don't know why, but I felt I had to open it. I looked around. I found a small hairpin. I tried to pick the lock. My hands were shaking. I felt guilty, but I couldn't stop. Click. The lock opened. My heart pounded. I lifted the lid slowly. Inside there were letters, old letters, tied with a ribbon and a diary. A small leather-bound diary. My name, Alice, was on the first page, in handwriting that looked like mine but a little different. I opened the diary. I started to read. The words on the page hit me like a wave. The diary was mine. It told a story. A story of a life I didn't remember. It spoke of loneliness, of an unhappy marriage. It spoke of a man who was controlling, who was not always kind. It spoke of wanting to leave, of feeling trapped. The man in the diary. Was he Alex? My hands trembled. I read more. It described arguments. It described tears. It described a deep sadness. This was not the life Alex had told me about, not the life in the smiling photos. Then I saw the letters. I untied the ribbon. They were from a man named Michael. The letters were loving, passionate. They spoke of a secret love, a forbidden love. They spoke of plans to run away together. Michael. Who was Michael? I felt dizzy. I sat on the bed. This diary, these letters, they painted a very different picture of my life. Was Alex lying to me all this time? His kindness, his patience. Was it all an act? My head was spinning. The pain was back, sharp and sudden. I heard the front door open. Alex was home. I quickly closed the box. I put it back in the drawer. My heart was pounding. I didn't know what to do, what to believe. The man in the diary, the controlling husband, was that Alex? The man I was starting to care for, starting to trust. The man who held me during the storm. Was he the same man who made me write about such sadness? I felt so confused, so betrayed. That night, I couldn't look at Alex. I couldn't speak to him. He noticed. "Alice, are you okay?" he asked. "You seem quiet." "I'm just tired," I said. It was a lie. I was more than tired. I was heartbroken. I had to know the truth. The real truth. The next day, I waited until Alex went to work. I took out the diary and the letters again. I read them carefully. The dates were from last year, right before my accident. The diary spoke of a plan to leave Alex, to start a new life with Michael. There was a date, a place to meet. The date was the day of my accident. My mind raced. Was I going to meet Michael when I got hit by the car? Who was Alex really? Was he a heartbroken husband trying to save his marriage with a desperate lie, or was he something else? I needed to confront him. I needed answers. It's scary to face the truth, especially when the truth might hurt. But I knew I had to. I waited for Alex to come home. My hands were cold. My stomach hurt. When he walked in, I was sitting in the living room. The diary and letters were on the table. He saw them. His face went pale. "Alice," he started. "Who are you, Alex?" I asked. My voice was shaking. "Tell me the truth." He sat down. He looked defeated. "I didn't want you to remember that pain," he said softly. "Our marriage, it was not good. I know that." "You lied to me," I said. Tears were streaming down my face. All those stories, all those photos, was any of it real? "Some of it was," he said. "We had good times too, Alice. At the beginning, I loved you. I still do." "But the diary," I whispered. "It says I was going to leave you for a man named Michael." Alex closed his eyes for a moment. "Yes," he said. "That's true. I found out. I was devastated." "And the accident?" "You were going to meet him that day," Alex said, his voice barely a whisper. "I tried to stop you. We argued. You ran out. And then the car." He looked at me, his eyes full of pain. "When you woke up in the hospital and didn't remember, I saw a chance to start over, to be the husband I should have been. So you lied, I said. You created a perfect past for us. I wanted to protect you, he said, from the memories of our unhappiness and from Michael. Protect me or control me? I asked. He didn't answer. I felt a storm of emotions, anger, sadness, betrayal, and a strange kind of pity for him. He was a man who was afraid to lose. So afraid, he built a cage of lies. What about Michael? I asked. Where is he? I don't know, Alex said. He never came to the hospital. He never tried to find you. Was that true? Or another lie? I stood up. I needed air. I walked to the window. The world outside looked the same. But everything inside me had changed. My past was not a blank wall anymore. It was a story of sadness and a desperate hope for escape. And the man I had started to care for, he was part of that sadness. I don't know what to do, I whispered. Alice, Alex said, standing up. I know I made a terrible mistake. I was wrong to lie. But the man I have been to you these past few months, that is the man I want to be. That is the love I want to give you, please. Can we try? For real this time? I looked at him, at his handsome face now full of desperation. Could I trust him? Could I forgive him? Could love grow from a garden of lies? I didn't have the answers. My head hurt. My heart ached. I picked up the diary. My diary. My words. My truth. I need time, Alex, I said. I need to think. I need to find Alice. The real Alice. He nodded slowly. I understand, he said. I will wait. But I knew deep down that I couldn't stay in that house. Not anymore. The next morning I packed a small bag. I took the diary. I took the letters. I left the wedding ring on the table. Alex watched me. He didn't try to stop me. His eyes were full of sorrow. Where will you go? He asked. I don't know, I said. But I need to find out who I am. On my own. I walked out of the blue door, away from the house of flowers and lies. The sun was shining. It was a new day. I was scared. I was alone. But for the first time in a long time, I felt a little bit free. My journey to find myself was just beginning. It's a long road to heal. It's a long road to find yourself. But every step, even a small one, is a step forward. I know it won't be easy, but I am Alice, and I will find my way. Maybe one day I will be truly happy. Maybe one day I will love again. But this time, it will be on my own terms, with my own truth. If you are feeling lost, if you are feeling confused, please know you are not alone. It's okay to search for your truth. It's okay to start over. You are stronger than you think. You can do this. Keep going.